Presidential historian and Pulitzer Prize-winning author Doris Kearns Goodwin. Doris, it's so great to have you here. And we're going to be talking to you about Abraham Lincoln and what Lincoln firing off letters to critics, which actually just that tease reminded me. We were talking a couple days ago about Ronald Reagan actually picking up the phone in haste and calling Dan Rather in '82 in the middle of a broadcast, say, hey, you got that wrong. But it reminded me of that famous Harry Truman story about you saying Lincoln fired off letters, where Harry Truman wrote a letter, and it shocked everybody around him, and it shocked America. A music critic, I think his name was Paul Hume, wrote an unflattering review of his daughter Margaret's performance, and he said, quote, "Miss Truman cannot sing very well," to which Harry Truman, President of the United States, writes, "Someday I hope to meet you. When that happens, you'll need a new nose, a lot of beefsteak for black eyes, and perhaps a supporter below." Everything that is new has been before. So tell us about Honest Abe and when Honest Abe got angry.
Well, he had a great ritual. Whenever he got angry, he wrote what he called a hot letter, and all of his anger would come out in the hot letter, and then he'd put the letter aside and then hope he would cool down and never need to send it. It would become a cool letter. For example, when General Meade failed to follow up with General Lee's army after the victory at Gettysburg, he had written him a long letter saying, "I'm immeasurably distressed you didn't do what we asked you to do, and now the war's going to go on month after month." And then he thought, oh my God, this is going to paralyze the general. He's in the field. He puts it aside. It's never even opened until the 20th century, when his papers are open and underneath, never sent, never signed. So when I met with President Obama, I was telling him about Lincoln's hot letters, and I said, "Do you ever think of doing that?" And he said, "What do you mean, do I think of it? I do it all the time." I said, "What do you mean?" He said he writes letters to people, and he gets mad at them, he crumples them up and he puts them in the wastebasket. So maybe we have some sort of a model here for Mr. Trump. If he has a fake Twitter account, and then he can just write it all, say it to everybody, read it in his own office, and then crumple it up and throw it away.
And therein lies the problem, right? We've got our first social media president, and that is, it allows you to do it instantaneously, and that actually does cause a problem.
Without a question. I mean, FDR had his own way. He would write, when he was mad at an isolationist congressman, he would write in a first draft of a speech terrible things about the guy. He'd say the guy's name. A new speechwriter came and said, "I can't believe he's doing this. This isn't presidential." The old speechwriter said, "Don't worry. Wait till we get to the second draft, the third draft, the fourth draft." By the fourth draft, it's gone. But he felt great because he had gotten it out of his system. So there's got to be some ritual that works out, because I don't think it's going to be too easy to be a governing president and have tweets in the middle of the night.
Hey, Joe, can I talk about the tweeting? Because obviously, as a